Hello everyone, welcome to Trade. Today we're going to be seeing the Nifty and Banknifty levels for our weekly expiry tomorrow, 19 Jan. This is the daily chart of Banknifty that I've opened. Today both Banknifty and Nifty gave us a good closing. A nice green candle is formed on Banknifty. Though majority of the up move in Banknifty came in the first half an hour and then it remained sideways. But overall the market closed on a higher note. Even Nifty gave us a pretty strong closing. And most importantly, in Nifty, we have closed kind of above this trend line, right? So now what are the next targets and what is the overall view? We're going to see that. See, there are two possibilities from here. I'll be explaining both. Either this can be a short bounce on the upside or we might continue to go down. The possibilities we will be checking. See, firstly, this type of, it's not a perfect morning star, but at this downtrend, end of the downtrend, there is some kind of a morning star type of a pattern that is formed in Bank Nifty. So what happens is when this type of a pattern like a nice morning star comes, and we are seeing this on a daily, it's not perfect, but kind of, right? This candle should be equal to this candle. It is not, but still this is how the price action is looking like a overall Morningstar price action. So if this sustains, if this is correct what we are seeing, we could see some up move. But for that up move to work, this level has to break in Bank Nifty without any doubt. Without that, this level of 42,700, right? Even previously we have seen this consolidation, like the price reversing at this point. So only if we break above this, maybe we can go further higher. We will see those levels on our intraday chart. Now this is the 1 hour chart just to show the overall structure of the pattern, and there is a small pattern that I'm observing. We'll just see what it is and we'll see if that holds good tomorrow or not. See, firstly, it's kind of obvious that we have this resistance zone. There's no doubt about that. Even today when the market was coming up, I was expecting we might hit this resistance zone, but we did not, right? See, the most of the move came in the first, like say 1 hour or something, and rest of the days we remain sideways, right? Rest of the day we just remain sideways. Now this is our two important crucial support zone which we have been marking from quite some time. Sorry. Now what is the pattern that I am kind of having a view that might work tomorrow? See, these two levels are there, the support and resistance level, this type of a box. Within this two levels that is there, the price keeps bouncing around this. Now what is the other one is, now what are these corrective waves? Whenever the market is in correction, it usually follows this type of a corrective wave, right? So observe this one where you have what you call a top declining and bottom rising type of a triangle. Though in Bank Nifty we don't have a perfect triangle, but the price can fit into this type of scenario where it is kind of forming a triangle with some certain overthrows. Overthrows mean you have this trend line for this triangle, but the price goes a little above it and comes down, and the same on the below. Overthrow meaning you see the long wicks that comes down. So maybe the price is coming down and some overthrow is happening on the downside and a pullback on the upside. Now if you just see the wave count in this, it perfectly fits in. This is like A, B, C, D, E. Now just the wave count that is shown in this triangle. This is how the corrective waves work in a bull market and a bear market, and this is one. So if we make this E and then we start falling on the downside, right? So is this kind of a triangle that is being formed, and are we going to see some sort of a reversal from here? This is a possibility that I'm sticking on to for tomorrow, but this will fail if, see, obviously even for this to work, only when this kind of this bottom trend line breaks, that's when we are confirmed that this is the pattern that is in play. Now for this pattern to fail, if we go above this resistance zone of 42,700, right? If we go above this, maybe this pattern will fail and we will continue to go a little more higher with targets of 43,200. We might come closer to this level of 42,130, and then we have this recent swing high of 42,400. So this will be my primary view for tomorrow, that is the bias will be on the downside. If we get a nice short signal either at towards this trend line itself, or even a short signal at about 42,670, or in this resistance zone, if we get a nice bearish price action, don't mind shorting with a view of the market going downside. If we get a strong closing on an hourly chart, this is an hourly chart, right? If we get a strong closing above this resistance zone on an hourly chart, a candle like this, a strong close above this, then we might think of going on the long side. We might have a view, completely our view will change, that this can be a move on the upside with stop loss as this resistance zone itself. So now what is going to happen tomorrow? That only we can only wait and see, but this is a pattern that I'm going to stick on to and see if this works, because a lot of times this corrective wave patterns work beautifully for me. Now there are two things. In daily chart we are seeing bullish price action. On an hourly chart we are seeing this type of a triangle that's fitting into our scenario, where we can make this type of a corrective wave and go down. So now what is going to happen, that obviously we'll come to know tomorrow. So this is one deal. Now I'm just going to clear all this and go to a 15-minute chart. See, on the 15-minute chart also there is some sort of a head and shoulder pattern that is being formed. So unless this high is taken out, not taken out tomorrow, that is 42,540, this head and shoulder pattern is still kind of valid, right? So maybe if this is that E wave we were talking about, and this is kind of an head and shoulder pattern that is being formed, maybe this is like a small top that is being formed, and could we see a move on the downside? That will, the down move may be confirmed if this low breaks, that is 42,360. If this breaks on the downside, yeah. And obviously we are not going to see that big fall tomorrow itself. The levels on the downside, the first target would be this level 42,170, and then we would probably hit this previous day low closer to 41,900, right? So for that, the short trade to work, this level has to go 42,360. This is pretty much same thing what we had posted in our group today. That is something like this. If this 42,340 breaks, we could expect a down move, but there was no move. The market just remained sideways in the last 1 hour or so. And if this high breaks 42,560, obviously this is the next target on the upside, 42,700. Now these are the levels that I have marked based on the price action, right? And we can take this exact level, because previously also we 42,000, it's coming in at 42,670. Now along with this we'll have to see the CPR. We have the previous day high R1 CPR here. See, in the morning there was a beautiful entry when in 5-minute chart, when you see it kind of rejected the CPR and we had a nice bounce. We missed that trade, this particular trade. We tried to do some scalping here, it didn't work, but this was the best trade of the day. In say 30 minutes, that is the beauty of trading, right? If somebody was able to capture this move in 30 minutes, the trade was done. There was no need to sit in front of the PC or look for a trade the entire day. We have the CPR here. See, as of now the global market is flat. We are seeing the global market to see if you're going to get a gap up or a gap down. In case we, let's see what SGX Nifty is doing. Now the reason why I'm checking this gap up or gap down, it's immaterial, but just to plan a trade. See, it is quite flat now. Let the US market open. We'll see how the SGX Nifty closes. In case we get a pretty flat opening, right, we can take pressure from this CPR and come down. Like how what happened today, we got a small gap up, came the CPR level was held, and we got a quick reversal on the upside. The same is possible on the downside with whatever the down view that we had works. If we get a small gap up or a flat opening or a small gap down, we could take some pressure at the CPR and come down with whatever levels as the target we have marked. And the same, see, most likely we will open around this CPR level tomorrow if the US market remains flat and SGX Nifty remains flat, right? So just see where the move is coming. If the CPR breaks on the downside, with if the open interest data also supports, we might hit this level of 42,200. If we continue to go higher, see, there's another small pattern that is being formed even here, right? So we can even track this. If we kind of break out of this level 42,500, maybe we will see 42,670. So as long as we open closer to the CPR, we might get some good trade. Unless we get off, I don't think we'll get some huge gap up or huge gap down. That is not happening from past few days. So let's just hope it doesn't happen tomorrow. See, any up move above this is justified. If this level breaks, where the previous day high breaks, probably R1, and this is a very strong resistance, 42,600 or 42,700. See, these are the places where I'll look for a reversal, that is around 42,600, this level, and CPR, depending on the opening. Say we get a small gap up, there's a good chance we can go take some reversal over here, like reversal and come down. Or if we get a flat opening, see if we consolidate around the CPR, and if we break the CPR, again we could come on the downside. But if you get a flat opening, and if this previous day high breaks, then definitely we can see some higher levels. And if you see the change in open interest and the overall open interest, still there is some good resistance in the what do you see, the open interest. See, this type of where you have the calls also more and the puts also more, shows a little bit of sideways move. So it's kind of, a lot of things are conflicting. Most of the times this happens, but there's nothing much we can do about it. So in Banknifty, we'll just see the view. See, daily is giving us a bullish sign. Hourly, on an hourly chart, we are seeing a bearish pattern, and OI data is giving us a sideways expiry. So this is how it looks for now. Let's see how this changes tomorrow and what happens. The daily chart is showing us a bullish price action, hourly chart is showing us a bearish pattern, and the OI is showing us we might be sideways. So this is with Bank Nifty. Let's quickly check Nifty. Nifty had a pretty good bull run today. Bull run meaning a nice move on the upside. So this is a 15-minute chart of Nifty. See, whenever you see this type of two evening stars consecutive, right, that is when the evening star, meaning there is a lot of selling pressure. You see one evening star here, basically this high of this evening star didn't break. Today in the live trade, one person posted a question, can Nifty go higher? We mentioned that Nifty can go higher only if this breaks. This was a nice evening star, and we got another evening star. So there is some selling pressure in Nifty, no doubt about it, and this would be a good resistance level for tomorrow. And we are seeing some divergence. The price is making a higher high, but the indicator is making a lower low. So in case if this level breaks 18,178 in Nifty, we can see a level of 18,240, and if this low breaks, we could come and hit this level of 18,100 again. So basically we might be bullish above this, bearish below this, definitely bearish below this. Let's see how's the CPR for Nifty. The CPR is a pretty wide CPR. Let's check the open interest as well for Nifty. See, there's some very good resistance at 18,200. So breaking 18,200 is difficult. So possibility of breaking this high of 18,170 and going higher looks difficult for now. Obviously things can change in the live market, and a good support is coming in at 18,100. Now where is 18,100? 18,100 is over here. So as of now the support and resistance is in this zone between 18,200 and 18,100. A break of this on the higher side is definitely bullish. A break of this on the lower side is definitely bearish. That's it for today. And